Hi guys, in this video I will show you how to use the debugger in Eclipse. I have a very basic program which declares two variables a and b, then I create a scanner object, I prompt the user to enter an integer for a, which I store in the variable a, then I prompt the user to enter a second integer, which I store in the variable b, then I compute the sum of a and b, which I store in the variable named result, and finally I output the equation. A plus B equals result with the values filled in. Now running this program, the output will look as follows. I first get prompted for A, and let's say I enter 5. For B, I enter 7. Then the output will be 5 plus 7 equals 12. Now let me show you how we can run this program in a debugger. On the space next to the line numbers, I can double click to set a breakpoint. A breakpoint specifies any line in a program where you want to pause execution. Now, when I run this program, instead of selecting Run As, select Debug As, then Java Application. Now the program will run just as normal. I get prompted for an integer a, and let's say I enter 6, I hit enter. Now it encounters the breakpoint and it asks me if I want to switch the perspective. Whichever perspective you like, you can test this out. If you like that perspective, you can remember the decision later. I will select switch. Now you can see it brings up new windows. The program looks the same, but it brought up something new here. It hit the breakpoint and now it paused execution. What I can do now is I can hover over the variables, for example a, and I can see and inspect the value. A is 6. I can also see this on the side here, the variables. I see a is 6, I have a scanner object, I have an arguments string array, which is of size 0. Now if I want to run further, I have some buttons here. For example, step into or step over. Step into is if there's a function call, a method call, then I could step into the function and execute the statements inside that function line by line. In this case, I select step over, and you can see it stepped over to the next statement and paused there. Now if I do step over again, I first have to enter an integer, because this is where it breaks here, where it stops. So I enter 8, hit enter, and now you can see it stopped at the next line. Now I can see if my program works correctly. I can inspect A is 6, B is 8. I can see this on the side as well. A is 6, B is 8. And now I step over one more line, and I can inspect the result, which is 14, and I can see this on the side as well. If I'm done inspecting it, I can click the resume button, and at any time I can add additional breakpoints, or by double clicking any breakpoint again, I can remove the breakpoint. Now for a very small program, this is not as useful, but as programs become larger, the debugger becomes more and more useful. You don't have to deal with adding system out print line statements to output and inspect variable values. You simply use the debugger and inspect the value while the program is in execution. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.